Good morning. Some unknown person related the following. Grandpa, some 90-plus years, sat feebly on the patio bench, didn't move, just sat with his head down, staring at his hands. When I sat down beside him, he didn't acknowledge my presence. And the longer I sat, I wondered if he was okay. Finally, not really wanting to disturb him, but wanting to check on him at the same time, I asked him if he was okay. Fellow said he raised his head, looked at me, and smiled. "Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for asking," he said in a very clear and strong voice. "I didn't mean to disturb you, Grandpa, but you were just sitting here staring at your hands, and I wanted to make sure you were okay." "Have you ever looked at your hands?" Grandpa asked. "I mean, really looked at your hands?" He said, I slowly opened my hands and stared down at them. I turned them over, palms up, and then palms down. No, I guess I'd never really looked at my hands, as tried to figure out the point he was making. Grandpa smiled and related the story. He said, "Stop and think for a moment about the hands you have, how they've served you well throughout your years. These hands, though wrinkled, shriveled, and weak, have been the tools I've used all my life to reach out and grab and embrace life. They put food in my mouth, clothes on my back. As a child, my mother taught me to fold them in prayer. They tied my shoes and pulled on my boots. They've been dirty, scraped and raw, swollen and bent. They were uneasy and clumsy when I tried to hold my newborn son. Decorated with my wedding band, they showed the world that I was married and loved someone special. They trembled and shook when I buried my parents and spouse and walked my daughter down the aisle. They've covered my face, combed my hair, washed and cleansed the rest of my body. They've been sticky and wet, bent and broken, dried and raw. And to this day, when not much of anything else of me works real well, these hands hold me up, lay me down, and again continue to fold in prayer. These hands are the mark of where I've been and the ruggedness of my life. But more importantly, it will be these hands that God will reach out and take when He leads me home. And with my hands He will lift me to His side, and there I will use these hands to touch the face of Christ. Wow. The one telling this story said, "I will never look at my hands the same again." But I remember God reached out and took my grandpa's hands and led him home. When my hands are hurt or sore, I think of Grandpa. I know he has been stroked and caressed and held by the hands of God. I, too, want to touch the face of God and feel His hands upon my face. I'm Larry Hatfield. Good day.